Hey guys, Friday at Adrenaline Rush, give us a like, a subscribe, and ring that bell. Make sure you guys check out our guys at Rogue Media. There'll be a link in the description below. They're the ones that make all our videos, and they can take care of all your media needs. All right guys, I'm going to introduce you today to the 22 CFMoto U-Force800. There's not a whole lot of people talking about it, so we figured we'd shoot a video for you guys today and tell you a little bit about this unit. All right guys, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the front end on this unit. As you can see, the shape of this unit is not like any other CFMoto. They've been making this model for a couple of years. They still produce it. They say if it ain't broken, don't fix it. This is where you're at. So you got that nice stainless steel front bumper. You have this beautiful protective cover on the front. You have your winch on the front like you do on any other CFMoto. This also has the four-wheel drive, locking differential, limited slip, and you can still roll in two-wheel drive. One thing that is different about this unit than all the other side-by-sides is, on all the other side-by-sides there's usually push clips or things you have to pull apart to get the hood open. On this, there's actually a small latch. It's located right here. It's kind of hard to see. See if we can get that in the shot. And then this hood is spring-loaded. It'll pop up on you, and then you can get to everything right here. You got your battery, you got your starter solenoid, your brake fluid, your radiator fluid. You even have the computer, so it's up and out of the way. No moisture can get on it, so it's nice and easy to work on. You also even have your relay box right here with all your relays and your fuses in it. Obviously, there's no power steering fluid, so you won't see any of that because it's all electronic. Another thing that's also nice about this unit, like they do on all the other CFMotos, you got LED headlights, you have nice tires, you have these metal skid plates that are located down here. If you guys want to come down here, these metal skid plates right here to protect your CV axle boots for any trees, bushes, any brush on the trail. You've also got these plastic skid plates that are located on the bottom, and you also have this that goes all along to protect the bottom of that winch. I think it was really tasteful that they put the CFMoto brand right here. It's kind of got a brushed aluminum look to go with your front push bar. So the next thing we're going to tell you is a little bit about the seating position on this thing. All right guys, so let's talk about the interior on this. The interior is really different from everything else that CFMoto makes. As you can see, the steering wheel is a little bit smaller. One thing that I did notice, they did add a toggle on this side for blinkers if you want to add them. You have your standard mirrors. The seating on this is different. So you have bucket seats where on the U-Force lineup you always have a bench seat. So they went with a bucket style. You have this center console right here to keep you and your passenger separated. Now the grab handle on this thing as well is a fixed grab handle, and what I mean by fixed, it's not telescoping, it doesn't go back and forth. One thing that is really nice is they put a charging port here for your passenger, and they also put another charging port here for the driver. You have your standard e-brake, you have your shifter, you have your cup holders, you even have a space for your cell phone. That's really nice. The instrument panel, if you guys want to get a shot of that, is something that you would see like on the CFMoto or the CFMoto or things like that. It's a little bit of the older style gauge cluster, but for the price point you can't really beat it. One thing I did notice about this unit also is that on your other units, on your U-Forces, on your Z-Forces, there's a kill switch. On this one there isn't. You have to turn the key off. One thing that I didn't care for on this unit, for some reason they did it. I don't know what the reasoning behind it was. As you can see, there's 4 sets of keys on this key ring right here. 2 for the ignition, and there's 2 for the glove box. For some reason, they made the ignition switch different from the glove box. I don't know why. So let me show you guys the glove box. So on the glove box, you have a spring-loaded latch. There's no button. You have to use the key to open it. Okay? You have where your winch controller, your wired winch controller, which is this, goes into there. You have a wireless winch controller that comes standard on a lot of other stuff. And then you have all this space to store things. But like I said, you have to have the key to open it and close it. It's a weird thing. I'm hoping maybe in the future they'll change that, but for the time being, it works. Another feature about this that I still don't comprehend why they didn't do it is if you look up, we're missing something. There's no roof. They give it to you on the U-Force800 and the 1000, but for some reason on the 800 they don't give you a roof. CFMoto, give us a roof. We want one. We want a roof on everything you sell to us. It's hot in Florida. Give us a roof. One thing, I'm gonna have to lean over and show you guys. On this, you see these doors? There is no latch on the inside. You have to grab it from the outside. And then another thing about it is, that's kind of a pain in the butt. It's spring loaded, so it smacks you in the leg all the time. I know you heard a bunch of negative things I just said, but this is still an amazing unit. I just want to be honest with you guys up front, let you guys know the goods and the bads. I don't want to be that guy that just tells you everything that's great about it and try to hide all the bad things. We don't do that here at Adrenaline Rush Motorsport. So like I said, it's a great unit. It runs good. I would let you hear this one, but we're waiting on a ECU for the fuel management system. So next thing, we're going to take you around back and show you the bed on this thing, and then we're going to tell you a little bit about the specs on it as well. All right guys, so we figured you might want to see a big boy in the video. So we got my buddy Matt here. He's 6'2", weighs 317 pounds, and you can see we both have plenty of room to fit in here. Matt, do you feel comfortable in here?
Very.
Do you feel like you have enough room?
Oh yeah, how could you not?
Well, for all you big boys, you can see you can fit in the U-Force800 as well. All right guys, one thing I did not mention, the ground clearance on this thing is 10.2 inches. One thing that I really did like as well on this unit, they added these fender flares. So you're not gonna get all that mud flinging up on the side of your side-by-side. So, and then another thing also, a lot of people ask about packs for these things. There is aftermarket packs that they do sell for the back of these. I believe it is the Polaris Ranger that has a set of packs that will fit. And the way they fit is they made these holes on the top. And these holes, which you can see, these holes, there's a pack for both sides that you can actually install, and the brackets slide directly down into these holes. If you guys have any questions or interested in those, you can call us at Adrenaline Rush and we can tell you a little bit more about them. Another thing that I did like about this unit is you obviously have your standard LED taillights. The tailgate handle is really nice on this thing. It doesn't feel like cheap plastic, it's metal. It's got these nice screws. It says CFMoto right here. One thing, seems really sturdy. And also you have all this bed space. And like they did on some of the other CFMotos, you have these good mounting hooks right here that are located in all four corners. So, another thing that's also nice, close this real quick. This lever right here, and there's one also on the other side, is what tilts it for you. One thing that a lot of people have been saying to me that I never think about is there's shocks on this thing. So when you have a heavy load in here and you need to dump something, you're not physically having to manually push it up to get it to do all of it. You have that assistance to help you get that tilted over to get any rock, sand, or dirt, or even if you're washing it out, it's really convenient to have. One thing I didn't tell you guys about when we're in the interior is where the air filter is located on this unit. So if you guys want to come around, I can give you a peek and show you where the air filter is. So the air filter is actually located right here. So it's high enough up where if you were riding, you don't have to worry about getting any water into your air filter if you were going through any deep water. The downside of that is to replace this air filter, that center console has to come apart. You have these little rubber clips that are on the side to take it apart, and there is a couple push pins. But for the most part, everything is well hit on this thing, and it's not very loud. So you don't get a lot of road noise. This thing is very easy to close. I don't want to slam it down because it ends up being too loud in our videos. But like I said, with the shocks on this thing, I can let it go, and it's a nice smooth transition from being closed to being flipped open. And also, it's safe to open the tailgate with it flipped all the way open. With all the options you saw on this 2022 U-Force 800, this thing is only $11,399. Just to let you guys know, on these units, we've been waiting about a year to get these back in stock. They've been limited production, so if you do find one, you should really consider jumping on and getting you one of these units. They're amazing, they drive great, we've had them in the past, we're very familiar with them. Like I said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and come see me at Adrenaline Rush Motorsport at 1901 West 15th Street, Panama City, Florida, 32401, or give me a call at 850-874-2185 so we can get you riding on one of these amazing CF motos.